Good morning. We are reading Jake Drake Know It All. We are on chapter 6, What to Do. If you remember right, we were at dinner with Jake and his family, and Dad tried to take over the science fair project, and Jake is very worried that Dad's going to want to share the computer, and Jake does not want to share the computer. Now, today, there's going to be some different stuff on our reading. We have a whole list of words. I'm not going to read every one of these words because we just don't have time in the video. So you're going to have to look at those words. And if there's a word that you don't understand, you're going to have to talk to Miss Jessica and ask her for some help. Okie dokie. Now, we're going to start with Chapter 6, What to Do. After dessert, I took the science fair booklet to my room. It had some ideas about choosing what to do. The rules said I had to use the scientific method, which works like this. First, you look around the world to see something interesting. That's called observation. Observation. After you look around, you ask a question about something. That part's called the question. Which makes sense. Then you make a guess about the answer. Then when you do the science fair project, your guess is called the hypothesis. 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 That's a tough word, but you just got to sound it out. Hypothesis. But it's still a guess. Then you plan out some trials to test and see if your guess is right or wrong. That part is called the method. Then you do your testing and you write down what you find out. That's called the result. And then you have to tell if your guess was right or wrong. And that's called the conclusion. But I was stuck way back at the beginning. I was having trouble with the question part. So I kept reading, and the science fair booklet said, try filling in these blanks to make a question you want to explore. What is the effect of blank on blank? And then it gave 2 examples. What is the effect of dishwasher soap on grass seedlings? What is the effect of total darkness on how much gerbils sleep? Well, a gerbil's a little mouse-looking thing. They're kind of cute. So I tried filling in some words of my own. What is the effect of sawdust on the taste of vanilla milkshake? What is the effect of a dead cockroach on Abby's pillow at bedtime? Ooh, I think that's going to get you in trouble. What is the effect of red hot pepper on Willie's peanut butter sandwich? Ooh, I liked my questions. And after you ask a question, you have to make a guess. So I gave that a try too. Sawdust would make a vanilla milkshake taste like plywood. A dead cockroach on Abby's pillow at bedtime would cause loud screams and a lot of yelling and make me be grounded with no TV or computer games for 3 weeks. Ooh. A red hot pepper on Willie's peanut butter sandwich would make Willie jump up in his chair, drink 6 cartons of chocolate milk, and then throw up all over the cafeteria. Oh, gross. Pretty good guesses, but I had to stop messing around. So I laid down on my bed and looked at the ceiling. My ceiling has all these swirls and ridges. It's like looking at clouds. Sometimes I can see all kinds of stuff up there, but that night I didn't see anything, just a big white blank. Deciding what to do for science fair is hard. It's hard because what you really have to do is choose what not to do, because you could do anything. You could do millions of different things, except you can do only one thing. So after you choose all that stuff not to do, then you look at what's left over, and that's what you do. I got up and went over to my dresser and opened up the top drawer. It was my junk drawer. That's what my mom calls it, because it all looks like junk to her. And then I got an idea. Maybe I could find an idea by looking at all my junk, all of it. So I grabbed my notebook, from my backpack, and I opened up an empty page. I found a pencil, and then I looked at my junk drawer and started to make a list. He had paper clips, big paper clips, old batteries, crayons, marbles, pen caps, computer disks, mini screwdrivers, mini stapler. He had all kinds of stuff in his drawer. And then you can continue to read down the list and you can see all that. Okay. And there's some more stuff on his list. He's got a lot of stuff in that drawer. And then I stopped. There was still more stuff, but I was tired of writing. Plus, I didn't want to use another piece of paper. Plus, I felt like I was just wasting time. I was almost ready to go and ask my dad for help. That would be dangerous because of all that KIADIA. Remember? Know it all, do it all thing. That might be bad, but it would be better than never finding an idea at all. But as I stared at all that stuff, I remembered something. I remembered how I'd read in the kids magazine about magnets, about how you can wrap wire around something made of iron. Then if you run electricity through the wire, it makes a magnet. I pushed a bunch of things out of the way until I found a big nail. It was about 4 inches long. Then I found a roll of thin wire starting at the head of the nail. I began winding the wire around and around onto the nail. There wasn't that much wire. Still, I put about 30 turns on the nail before it ran out. Then I grabbed a toenail clippers. I peeled some of the plastic cover off one end of the wire. Then I found the other end of the wire. I peeled some plastic end off that end too. Now I needed power. I reached in the drawer and pulled out a big flashlight battery. I pressed one end of the wire to the top and the other end of the wire to the battery. Then I put the end of the battery nail near a small paper clip. Nothing, zero, zilch, nothing happened. I threw the nail and the wire and the battery into the drawer and started to shut it. Then I thought, hey, you idiot, it's probably a dead battery. Try again. I poked around the drawer until I found one of those small boxy batteries, like the kind from a walkie-talkie. I hooked one end of the wire to each little button on the battery. I moved the nail next to the paper and zip! It jumped right onto the nail. So did 3 other paper clips. And so did a bottle cap, and so did the fingernail file. Wow! Then I looked at the wire and the battery and nail, and I looked at the stuff dangling from the nail, and I just said to myself, okay, but does this help with my science fair? This is just stupid stuff from my junk drawer. I looked at the science fair book again, and the question part where it said, what is the effect of blank on blank? So I asked myself, what is the effect of more batteries on the power of the magnet? Then I asked myself, what is the effect of more wire on the power of the magnet? And then I thought, what makes more difference, more wire or more batteries? Well, this sounds like a cool science project so far. And the great part was I really wanted to know the answer. You know how sometimes you can just see something in your head? Just see it like it was all right there? That's how it was. I could see the big poster telling all about my idea and another one telling how I tested my idea and what results I got. I could see these big super magnets I made. I could see these big super magnets I made. They were all hooked up to batteries, humming like lights at a school, and my magnets were lifting up these heavy chunks of metal. I could see myself at the science fair. I could see the judges listening to me explain everything. They were smiling. I could see Kevin and Marcia. They were not smiling. And I could see me sitting in my room. I was playing Z Squadron Strike Force on my new Blundtonium 12 computer. It was so simple. All I had to do was make those things happen in real life. That's all. Well, that's chapter 6. I know it was a little long today, but that was a big chapter. See you soon.